The following BLTV program is brought to you by O'Flaherty Law. Please enjoy.
Welcome to Learn About Law. My name is Kevin O'Flaherty from O'Flaherty Law, and I hope you enjoy this video. If you need some help, feel free to give us a call at 563-503-6910. That's 563-503-6910. Thanks for watching.
Hello, I'm Gene Nassif, an attorney at O'Flaherty Law. My practice areas include business transactional matters, as well as some family law and employment issues. Today, we're going to talk about expungement of criminal convictions in Iowa. Now, Iowa's policies keep a majority of criminal records public. The Iowa Criminal Court Docket is available online for free. This means that it's available for everybody from employers to landlords to neighbors and friends. However, in certain circumstances, you may be able to get your criminal charge expunged and removed from that database. What records can be expunged in Iowa? A majority of criminal records can't be removed from a person's criminal history in Iowa. However, in 2016, a law provided that in cases where there was a dismissal or acquittal, the court can enter an order expunging the record of the case. In other words, in these circumstances, it's no longer accessible to the general public. The record will still exist and will be accessible, but only to law enforcement or prosecutors. The defendant, prosecutor, or court may request an expungement. In order for it to be granted, the following conditions must be met. First, all court costs and financial obligations by the court must be paid. Second, over 180 days must have passed since the acquittal or dismissal. 3, the case was not dismissed due to the defendant not being guilty by reason of insanity. And finally, the defendant was not found to be incompetent to stand trial. This law is applicable to all criminal cases, including those prior to 2016. Now, there are 2 additional circumstances where the court could consider expungement of a criminal record. First is alcohol-related offenses. If the conviction was public intoxication, consumption, or underage possession of alcohol, the person would be able to get an expungement. If the outcome of the case was a deferred judgment, the person has completed the terms of the deferral, that must or may also be expunged. It's worth noting now that there are only ways an expungement can be made. Criminal records not covered above cannot be expunged, and they will continue to appear on the online document permanently, even if it is just a misdemeanor. Any completed deferred judgment after July 1st, 2013 that didn't end with a conviction will automatically be placed on a private list that can only be seen by courts, court staff, the Department of Corrections, the county attorney's office, and law enforcement. Anything prior to 2013 will require an application for expungement. The person seeking the expungement will have to file a request with the court asking for the record to be expunged. If the court does not order an expungement, the record of the deferred judgment would be placed on a separate list. It's also worth noting here that there are what's called governor pardons. If you are in a circumstance where there's no way to obtain an expungement, you may still request the governor pardon you for the crime. The governor's office website has an application to fill out to apply for a pardon. It's worth noting here that these are extremely rare and typically involve instances where court proceedings were unjust or improper. Should the governor issue a pardon, the pardon does not remove the record of the crime. The effect is that there will be a note on the docket that shows that a pardon was granted. The record will remain. Now, one might ask, what is the effect of an expungement when it applies to future crimes? Now, even if the case is expunged, the record still exists, and it still will be considered by courts, prosecutors, and law enforcement. If somebody has a new criminal charge, the courts, prosecutors, and law enforcement will consider that And the following things could happen. You could face a higher level charge, you could face a higher level supervision, or harsher sentencing. In other words, the expungement does not mean that you've never committed crimes, and the prior crimes will be considered moving forward. To conclude, having a criminal record can make your life very difficult. From finding a job to getting an apartment or a loan or going to college, things can be almost impossible. Iowa and federal rules require employers and landlords to look at multiple factors when renting or hiring, although these rules aren't always followed. Getting an expungement can provide peace of mind, allowing you to be considered without the record of your past. As always, if you have any additional questions, feel free to reach out to our firm. Thank you very much.
Hi, Kevin O'Flaherty again. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you need some help, please feel free to give us a call at 563-503-6910. That's 563-503-6910. We have many geographical locations for your convenience, and we practice several areas of law. Thanks again for watching.